Well, greetings everybody. This is Brian. Welcome back to my channel. You know, it's been an awful long time since I made a video with Adam. I used to make videos about a year and a half ago from his garage in Oakdale. We were usually working on George's Farm All-H tractor or something like that. Well, a lot has changed in that time. And let me show you what we're up to today. Stand by. Well, here's Adam. He doesn't live in Oakdale anymore. He moved to Wisconsin and is now living on the farm. And let me show you what he's up to today. This is what we're going to do in the video. Today we're in Adam's shop out on his farm. I'm going to show this first because there's something important to say about that. This is George's Farm All-H, but sadly, George has passed away. So the H is no longer in the cities. It's in Adam's shop on his farm in Wisconsin. Such a beautiful tractor. And we made so many videos working on that tractor. It was such a joy working with George on his tractor. But we're in Adam's shop today, and Adam has a white tractor with a Perkins diesel and a thing called, well, I better let Adam tell you what it is here in a second. I'll bring him in. This part. Adam will explain what it is. But it went bad and he had to rebuild it. And today's project is to get this Perkins diesel into the white tractor. But let me pause this and bring Adam in, and he can tell you about the tractor and what this unit is and what he had to do to it. Stand by. Okay, Adam, tell everybody about this tractor for starters.
This tractor is I don't know the exact year, but I believe it's a late 70s white 2105. It is a red stripe tractor, so it's a Series 2, I believe. It's a later model. It was used mainly as a silage blower for our silos. It had many leaks, and the 3-speed had failed on the overdrive section. So I pulled it in and fixed a bunch of hydraulic leaks on it, fixed a bunch of wiring on it, rebuilt the 3-speed, and then resealed a good portion of the engine. And then we're getting ready to put it back in right now.
Okay, let me focus on the engine here and tell everybody what went wrong. I didn't explain it very well. I didn't even know what to call it. Go ahead, it's focused.
So this is the 3-speed. This is referred to as an over-under of Oliver's / White's. You have an underdrive, a direct drive, and then an overdrive. And the oil lines had broken and leaked all the oil out and burnt out the overdrive clutch pack. You can see this one's pretty bad. So I replaced those, replaced the seals, did a few other maintenance repairs inside of it while I had it apart. Inspected the clutch was good. Rebuilt the starter. I turned the armature down on my lathe to get it back to fresh. Resealed the injection pump, resealed the valve cover, new belts, new alternator. I had to weld up some cracks in the oil fill valve tappet covers.
Okay, so you've done a lot of work to this thing.
General maintenance on it.
Mm-hmm. In today's project, we're going to hook onto this with the John Deere.
Yep.
We're going to lift it up and we're going to set it into the white tractor. And I know you mentioned something about a really long PTO shaft that is going to be an issue. Let me pause here and then I'll walk around and you can explain that as well. I'm certainly not the expert on the tractor, nor did I take it apart, but Adam has mentioned to me something about this PTO shaft. So Adam, tell everybody what you got in your hands there and what the issue is with the shaft.
So on white Olivers, they ran this long shaft here, which actually sits through the entire body of the tractor this way. And splines into the PTO end on here. That's what gives you your live PTO. Splines into your hydraulic pump right here, which gives you your live hydraulics. And then this end splines into the engine. So you have to take this out first and put this in last, otherwise you will bend it.
Oh.
So that's the hard part about this, is getting it just splined back in. And
Oh, I understand. Okay, well, we'll take care of that. All right, thank you. There's one other thing I want to cover about this unit. Adam did bench test this before he bolted it onto the motor. So Adam, tell everybody how you bench test this so we know it's good when we put it in the tractor.
So I have a gauge hooked up. It's just a 0 to 200 PSI gauge. And then what I did, and I found this online from a couple other people that have worked on them, is you take a piece of hose, hook it to a big drill, and you hook it onto the input shaft with these clamps, and then you hook one end into the chuck of the drill, and then you can spin this unit with the drill, and then you can read your lubrication pressures, and then as you move the lever from underdrive, you'll just have lubrication, to direct drive, and then to overdrive, you can watch your clutch pressures build up via this and then these two ports here, and you can watch your output and make sure that it is doing the correct speed increases and reductions as you change your speeds around. So I did, and I had the cooler lines hooked up with a clear tube so I could confirm that the pump was pumping and that it was moving fluid through it.
Okay.
So I know it doesn't leak and I know it actually works.
So you have a high level of confidence.
Correct.
Because we're going to put a lot of work into putting this back into the tractor. We want to know that it's going to work. My only question, though, that I have is you were spinning it with an electric drill, which is probably just a fraction of the speed that the motor is going to spin it. Is that okay to test it out at a lower speed like that?
Yeah, the drill, I clocked it at 300 RPM. So I know the input speed of the drill is about 300 RPM lower than your minimum idle speed. So I know my pressures aren't correct. So once it's in the tractor and running at rated speed and rated temperature, then I will come back and readjust via these two plugs back here when it's in the tractor, your lubrication and your main pressure circuits.
Okay.
But I know it was slower than engine speed, so I'm not too worried. I know it built pressure. That was the main concern, is that it builds pressure, the clutch is engaged nicely and disengaged nicely, and that the cooler is moving oil.
Okay, nice work. Well, neither Adam or I will ever forget George. He was an important part of our life. But today's project, we're going to hook onto the motor and we're going to lift it up and we're going to try to get it at least in the frame while I'm here today and tomorrow and get the heavy work done for Adam so he can continue on hooking up everything. So everybody, thank you for watching. We're going to get back to work here and get the motor into the tractor. Once again, this is Brian. Thank you very much.